Hello and welcome everyone. So I'm going to do a brief video here about calcium, and just to really show everyone basically what I'm consuming. And if you've watched my recent videos, you'll see everything that I'm actually talking about. So just to again give everyone an idea of what's happening, and I'm not going to show you anything but just calcium from this particular video, because a lot of people have questions on that. And first off, I want to mention, please watch this whole entire video. It's not going to be that long, so this way you understand. And this video is something that a lot of people have had some questions about. And a lot of people are used to having dairy and all these animal products, cheese, and they think that's how they get calcium. And that actually causes stones in the body, and that actually causes a lot of harm. And I know this because when you detox, these things are going to come out. And this is not being gross, but this is part of the process. So the more you eat of that, the more stones, the more problems you get. So you don't want that. So doing it this way, you're going to actually get rid of that and still get everything the body needs. So it's virtually impossible to be deficient in anything unless you're just, consuming maybe one type of fruit and you're doing a small volume of it. But the fact that I'm consuming minimum of 7 pounds, sometimes it's 8 pounds, it really just depends during the day. One large meal of fruit, I'm getting pretty much everything because this is what I do for my life. So obviously I'm going to make sure that everything I do is going to be effective. And I've made some adjustments here and there, but I've really never calculated the calcium until now, because I was never really concerned. So let's take a look at this. Dragon fruit, big fan of this. Dragon fruit is something I do 3 of these. There's a white one, there's a purplish red flesh, and then there's a yellow one. I've shown many videos on this. I'll just leave a link below this just so you can see it in the about section. Each serving of dragon fruit has about, let's say, 8 milligrams. So a whole fruit, let's multiply that by 4 because it's about 50 grams, let's say, a serving. So that's 4%. So let's say if you're doing 3 total fruits as I am, that's almost 100 right there. So I'm just giving you some round numbers here. If you do 6 ounces of blueberries, fresh blueberries, that's another 10 milligrams. Blackberries, I'm a big fan of these, and these are a must for everyone. They don't have to be organic. Buy what you can afford. Organic's preferred. I don't eat a lot of organic. It doesn't matter when you're dry fasting and you're on a 100% raw food diet, especially the level I'm at. It doesn't really matter. Not with these types of foods. Unless you're consuming strawberries, again, those foods I recommend organic, or fresh herbs I recommend organic, things of that nature. But when it comes to blackberries, blueberries, raspberries, it doesn't really matter. But here's another 99 milligrams, and that's just 12 ounces. I pay $1.50 for the non-organic for each 6 ounce. That's $3. They're really ripe and fresh. They're really hard. That's when you know that they're firm, is what I should say. That's when you know blackberries are fresh. They're mushy. They're not fresh. Fresh figs, 17.50 milligrams, and that is in one medium, about 50 grams. I do a minimum of a pound a day, so multiply that by 10. That's about 175 right there. Sometimes I do 2 pounds or 1.5 pounds. It really depends. Sometimes I get some fantastic deals on figs where I'm getting a couple pounds for $4. And of course those are non-organic at that cost. So it doesn't matter. I mean, for me, the amount of volume of food I want to do per day, it just doesn't make sense for me to spend double that amount for figs. It just doesn't. They taste the same, and I'm not experiencing any negative effects. I'm still getting more positive effects than ever. So keep that in mind. So 5 milligrams for a small banana. I eat 4 of these minimum a day, so let's say another 20. Dates, I do at least a pound a day. I pay $3 a pound for pitted dates. I mean, they taste phenomenal. I usually get a 2-pound package, so I really count out about a serving usually most of the times, just to Also gather any other small pits that may be in there, even though they're pitted. There's another 176. Okay, so you might be wondering, how much is that? Well, it comes out to about 576 milligrams, and that's only with a pound of fresh figs a day. Like I said, sometimes they do more. So I'm getting anywhere between 576 to 700 plus. And you might be wondering why I need more. This is what they're telling me. Look, here's the truth. You can get all the stuff you want from supplements, but when you don't digest that, you don't get enough sun, guess where all that's going to go? Yep, in the stones. If you want stones, do what everyone's telling you to do. Because you know what? The more you build up on that, the lower your kidney function, the harder this process is going to be, the longer it's going to take you. Without your kidneys to filter properly, they're not going to filter properly when you got tons of stones. I can tell you that right now. That is not going to happen. For me to really filter, I had to get those stones out. And that's all done naturally by the living fruits. You don't need to take anything special. There's no such thing as a stone cleanse. It's all nonsense. The body knows what to do, how to get rid of it. This is what detoxing truly is when you get into healing. So do you need 1,200 milligrams a day? No, you don't. If this person is taking a calcium supplement and they're not getting any sun and they're following everything the medical community is telling them, they're going to have a ton of problems. I can tell you that right now. So you do what you think is best for you. I'm just telling everyone the reality. This is what I get on a minimum, and I guarantee you I have stronger bones than any of these people. I'll put my life on it. So it doesn't matter, because again, you will have the level that I have. If you're following what I'm doing, it should be really easy. If you're eating a small bowl of food every day, and you're eating a couple pounds and you're losing weight, well, I've done many videos on that. Please click on my channel, watch that video, and understand it. I don't spend a lot for food. For 100% raw diet, a living food diet for the city I live in. For some people, it may be a lot, but when you're in your own area, it's probably going to be half the cost. So if I can get fresh living foods and, let's say 8 pounds a day of food, and I can spend under 30 bucks a day, you might be like, well, that's $900 a month. Well, $900 a month to be healthy and be at a high level of health is well worth the cost for me. So, that's what I'm going to continue to do. Being sick and in pain is not worth it. So, at least from my experience and living that life for a decade or so, not fun. So, if you're in a cheaper state, you could probably get all that stuff even, half of what I do. So, I'll leave that link once again below this video. Take a look at that. Always look for ripe fresh fruit, meaning it has to be ripened. So bananas are the only ones that really don't ferment, so they'll get spots on it, but all other fruit, especially even dragon fruit, once it's picked off the tree, it starts going bad. So you need to consume it, pick it, make sure it's fresh, especially berries. Get the glass containers. I'll put that video below this. That way you can really store them in for about 3 days, so you don't have to buy them every day. They're airtight glass containers, inexpensive. If you just put the berries in the fridge, they're going to rot. I can tell you that right now. I know that from experience. Put them in the glass containers, they don't rot. Thanks, folks. Any questions, let me know. I'll do a future video on it. This should cover to let everyone know that if you just followed exactly what I do, you're not going to have any problems. If you do your own thing and you want to, twist off of that with other foods, no worries. Just really do your research and look into it. If you want to consume a mango, just make sure you get an idea and an average of what you're consuming, so that way you can really move forward. But again, there's nothing better than berries, dragon fruit, figs, bananas, dates. That's what's going to fill you up, and that's what's going to keep you moving forward. Thank you so much, folks. Bye-bye.